ourselves another SinChi video. This is called Why Long-Running Animes Are Not Coming Back. I see Kuroko over here. What is a long-running anime? Like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach back in the days, right? You got the battle shonens leading the charge, Toei Animations, you know, basically like covering hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes where the pacing is so bad. You are basically adapting one chapter per episode, and then it takes crazy hiatuses to give some breathing room for the manga chapter to go ahead to actually get some, you know, new episodes, right? I know that's not really the case anymore at like Wano. I hear that the anime pacing has gotten significantly better, but still, if you compare that to like My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, all these different like modern animes where they follow that like 12 episode or like 2-core 24 episode format, I just think it just makes sense better to have more condensed, concise episodes. And then in terms of like scheduling, budgeting and all stuff like that, I wonder what the incentives are. SinChi, please educate me.
Is it
okay if I touch you? Yeah? Okay, cool.
What?
Is it okay if I touch you?
in today's era of long-running series slash 100+ episode shows is very rare. The industry nowadays is basically overflowing with more and more animes releasing
That's right. That's right. All of these seasonal 12 or 24 episode seasons, right? What is the most recent long-running show that's happening? I don't even know. I can only think like Boruto? I don't even know. Is Boruto like that structure? Like One Piece is still going hard like that, right? Is Boruto a thing? There's some other shows like Hunter x Hunter too, right? Where it's not so overtly crazy, right? There's only like, I only say only, but there's still like, it's not like 300 episodes, right? It's like 100 something episodes, right? Black Clover, yeah, there it is too. Oh, sorry.
Giga Studios overflowing with more and more animes releasing every year. It's a fundamentally fucked system. Studios picking up.
Let's see. What is this graph? TV animation programs, 1963 to 2019. Green is TV animation programs newly broadcasted in the year, and the orange is for the previous year. So green is the new seasonals, orange is the old shit, and you can see that there is obviously a way more bigger ratio. Actually, it's kind of shrinking in 2019 compared to before, right? There's actually a descending trajectory, but still, right? The orange is pretty consistent, and there is overall an upward trajectory of seasonal animes dominating.
System. Studios picking up a lot of projects that they know they couldn't handle because some producers have a fear that projects might not come to them anymore.
Yeah, you don't want them to go to another studio either. Haha! However, both me and Minami-san know the situation when there's no work offers coming into the industry. Therefore, there's fear of having no work for your staff. Yeah, you always want to have new projects, you know, there's people to pay.
Anymore, or the Giga Studios where they only do a couple of shows each year and actually have a really good scheduling and
Kyo Annie on UFO table, baby, let's get it.
environment. Most shows now can't even do a single core release without having production issues or a massive reliance of outsourcing. That's why the idea of separate core releases or just calling it a season 2, even though it's not a season 2.
Fucking Dandadan, I'm looking at you, bro. It's so stupid. Dandadan literally had like that Netflix trailer where the Netflix trailer marketed it as season 2.
Is the new trend. The trend.
Part 2.
Like a thug shake. I have a video about the whole core 2 season 2 shenanigans.
No, I love 2 core animes, bro. 12 episodes is not enough for me. I love how Apothecary Diaries drops 24 episodes, man. Like Freerun as well, right? Dandadan, there's a bit more weight to it, but like 12 is, I feel like 24 is the perfect sweet spot. 12 is too short for me.
That was 8 months ago. I'm more knowledgeable now.
Okay.
And I don't sound depressed now. Back then, shows actually make sense with season 2s being a continuation. Well, it still does now, but sometimes the cutoff doesn't feel like a season 2. It feels more like a episode 12 to episode 13
Ranma,
rather than a episode 12 to a
Episode
season
1
to episode 1. I might have overcooked there. This is again.
No, I see it. It's like the continuation, right? Like Rama ends off at a point where it's gonna come back, and you know it's just gonna continue right back after it left off. Like Dandadan as well, right now, right? It's not a season 2. Like, we're in the middle of a fucking arc. And then they just drop and they're like, see you in summer, motherfuckers. Gonna brand us as season 2. It just like doesn't really feel like that, bro. It's gonna be fucking episode 13.
How the industry is nowadays, there is examples of studios that had to sacrifice their schedule because the amount of high profile projects that they're picking is putting a lot of strain to the staff. Mappa is the biggest example of these practices. Rather than picking up girls in a dungeon, it's locking up girls and guys.
Tots. Oh wait, hold up. Best pairing in Snafu right now.
In their dungeon. After Masao Maruyama left Mappa to make M2 Studio, Mappa went under a massive change with Manabu Otsuka as the CEO of the studio, producing some of the most rushed product ever in anime.
Mid's Paradise. This is the man responsible for the human sweatshop at Mappa, huh? Alright.
Producing some of the most rushed product ever in anime. Producing JJK Season 2.
Like, listen. It is slander. Absolutely. Sorry, 1 second. It is absolutely slander when I call it Mid's Paradise, but I can't help but feel that when I watch the anime. Like, some of the fight scenes are hype, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't really care. You know? Like, the quality is alright, but I was watching and I was like, is this really that? Why are people glazing it so much? I just never fucking figured it out. And I feel like if that's in the back of your mind, like, I think that, like, you shouldn't have to think that hard, right? I feel like you just watch something and you should be able to enjoy it and be like, damn, that was peak. And rather than having to have details and quantify why you think it was peak, if you just have that overall vibe to the average fan, that's all it takes. But when you watch something and something feels off, like, there's probably an issue there, which is like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like something is missing?
With only about 7 to 8 months of a high octane show that's consecutive 2 cores, with also having an episode being episode 17 of season 2 that only had a couple of weeks of production time when these Hakuyugo episodes should take at least 4 to 6 months to make. Dogakobo went from a studio that mainly produced cute moe stuff that I enjoy, not that way, with a reasonable schedule. They now lean in more on the romance and more mainstream stuff. While it went well at first, projects keeps getting more and more demanding.
We got another Dogakobo anime coming up too, Shuinji Family, this coming season. Incest, the anime. And
leading to even shows that's with different production lines get overlapped.
Okay, hold up. What do we have here? Oshinoko 14 and Roshitere constantly storyboarded by the same person, because obviously same studio. It was also airing at the same time. Nishimura, hailing from the same studio. It's densely packed. That's right. Scheduling all fucking sucks here, bro. One person basically doing the 2 jobs.
Long-running shows was one of the staples of anime, I guess. The industry was fundamentally different back then. Less shows were being produced, more talent are available, not stuck in one production. And the idea of webtoon animators was only started to be more reliant with shows like Naruto Shippuden, more so about trusting newer / younger animators for more important roles to do the big bazooka moments.
Okay.
Then you get trashed by the fandom being, this was doo-doo, poo-poo, pizza.
Smearing is bad. Yep. Capturing one frame during smearing is bad.
It's a fucked schedule because you are basically releasing 1 episode per week for years, and most of these shows get handicapped by the bad animation. Some episodes can look
like it's 1 episode per week, but also the episode and what it covers, holy shit, it's a nothing burger. Like, how many times do we meme about how, like, the average One Piece episode is like 3-minute fucking recap, 2-minute opening, and then like maybe 6 to 7 minutes of actual content, and that's it. And then you got a bunch of filler bullshit happening otherwise. It's just like, there's nothing to cover. There is nothing to do because, again, you're trying to keep up with the pace of the manga release and you're right behind it, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Look very wonky, weird a bit. Some episodes have to be sacrificed so that the more prioritized episodes get that quality for the climactic payoff. The big issue is the filler episodes can be troublesome. These are breaks for the studio to give more time on the priority episodes.
My take on filler is, it's frustrating, right? you're watching week by week, and then suddenly you get an episode that did nothing to, you know, advance the plot, and the quality of the episode also fucking sucks, and you're like, what the hell? I feel like there can be good filler, and there can be filler where it just exists to just extend and stall, right? And I think that Naruto fillers, as much as people shit on it, it did serve a purpose to make sure that the episodes, when it does come back, it's so high octane, concise content where the episode doesn't feel like it's just stalling for time. It's just giving you what you fucking want because the fillers kind of like bought the time to cover that shit.
Even Gintama clowned on the idea of fillers. That was hilarious. Or the actual fillers is a fight that could take 1 or 2 episodes and make it 5 to 6 episode long. Or it can be like Dragon Ball. Almost done.
Yeah. Okay. More.
Just kidding. The studios that really produce a lot of these long-running shows are mainly Studio Pierrot, Clown, and Toei Animation. I know
Pierrot was Naruto, right? And Toei is One Piece.
There's more, but we're focusing on these two.
Okay.
Toei has definitely changed compared to how their reputation was back then because of a show about a person that can't find the One Piece for almost
how many
3
years?
decades now. But their poor handling of Dragon Ball was one of the reasons why the studio was not really
What the fuck was that scene?
was one of the reasons
Red, this is funny. Goku just, I don't know why, just going for Frieza's toes only here.
why the studio was not really in a lot of people's favorites. Some Dragon Ball episodes looked horrendous because time. They have the
I remember when the Dragon Ball Super comparisons were coming up, and I think that like they had the movie, but then the actual anime episodes then covered the movie again in just the shitty quality. It just looks so bad. This is some Newgate level animation.
Ball episodes looked horrendous because time. They have the talent, but managing a long-running series without good planning and good allocation of resources is not gonna go well. You can see with the new Dragon Ball Daima or any other Toei projects that doesn't force weekly episodes
Looks
for years can look really good because again, time. One Piece is still an anomaly project. The fact that it's a long-running series and most of the episodes can look amazing, a bar above amazing, it's unprecedented how they can keep that quality. Of course, because of the in-house One Piece team for the show, and one of the rare examples of a project that actually used newer/younger animators to have them show off their talent. It's crazy how this project even.
That is pretty cool how such an OG dinosaur studio like Toei is taking the risk to check out, hey, these new like webgen animators or, you know, Twitter animators, like, you know, freelance talents that, you know, traditionally didn't have the same level of like education or experiences that it's homegrown talent, but they're just like, all right, let's see what you guys have, and they take a risk and it pays off so well.
Is a thing in today's era of anime productions. Not saying everything is all colorful and flowers and blah blah blah. In that studio, again, it's the anime industry. There's still shitty stuff happening.
A woman who worked at Toei Animation for 30 years speaks out. Although company is in a position to raise staff salaries, no one is considering building an organization to move and make it happen. Yeah, you're gonna get a pizza lunch instead, and they're gonna pat you on the back. Increasing competition among studios and creators has also contributed to lower wages. That's right. The more, you know, people want to work in the industry, there is no leverage that you can really use to increase your salary. Number of animation companies in Japan has increased 30% due to intensified competition. Some studios continue to operate in the red and cannot afford wage increases. Meanwhile, in the highly competitive voice acting industry, aspiring voice actors willingly offer to work for low wages and even pay. That's crazy. Paying to do a job. That is true dystopia, bro. Because everything is built on passion. Everybody want to be as popular as Seiyu. They want to be an amazing voice actor. They're willing to pay money to voice act, probably just like mob roles too, man. And then people, you know, capitalism preys upon that passion. This practice has become common. If a voice actor speaks negatively about the industry, they will lose. And that's the other thing too, right? The other insidious part is you can't even speak out against these things because it blacklists you. So everything is so corrupt. Everything is just rotten from the inside out. And if you want to enact change, that puts your livelihood at stake. So you're incentivized to shut up and just deal with the toxicity. It's crazy, man. So sad.
And animators fighting.
Vincent is taking a break. Frustration from storyboard being heavily modified. Oh, damn! I wonder against who. Oh, I want some fucking names. I want some names. I would trust Vincent to be able to, handle the storyboards after what I've seen of his work. I wonder if there's like internal politics happening. Like politics of people being like, oh, this Vincent guy, he's popping off too much. He's not even Japanese. I will try to put him in his place and intentionally try to fuck up his storyboard and, provide some modifications. I wonder if there's some bullshit, politics like that happening internally.
Studio Pierrot is an interesting case, a bad one of that. They did produce 2 out of the big three shonen anime.
Oh, they did Bleach as well? No, sorry. Yeah, Bleach and Naruto.
Naruto and Bleach, they
Wow.
are prone to bad productions even
Tokyo
till
Ghoul!
this day. Yes, a tweet said that Pierrot is changing. If I can find the tweet, I'll be honest to you.
This soundtrack is so fucking stupid and funny. That out of pitch recorder in the background, bro.
I don't believe Pierrot will change. Their handling on Naruto and Bleach is probably the better example. While the consistency is all over the place, Naruto's director wanted to make the highs of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden to be memorable. In
Nice.
doing that, they just outsourced a lot of the episodes so that the climactic moments can shine with their own resource managing, allocating a couple of standout animators and directors to do the bulk of certain episodes. Same goes for Bleach. To be honest, I don't really know much about old Bleach's conditions, production stuff, so
Okay.
yeah. But the opposite side is Black Clover and Boruto.
Boruto.
You know, the one that teased us with the first episode being
It's over for the Leaf Village, Ramen Village, whatever.
then 293 episodes later, they didn't get to it and just
The
ended
fuck?
for now. Boruto was another
The hell? Sounds like the biggest catfish.
Pierrot special of dog shit after dog shit after dog shit. Then dinosaurs, and probably had some of the best peaks of the long-running series by the studio. Black Clover was a hellhole in disguise, especially for the director,
Really?
Tachiya Shihara. Black Clover and Boruto was produced at the same time, so Pierrot focused all of their resources to Boruto, then left Yoshihara, the director for Black Clover, with
Damn.
basically nothing.
Black Clover got scraps, but Black Clover is such a well-received show, right? People adore it.
No support from an actual studio, even though Pierrot's name is still stamped on the show.
And the rating is really high, too.
He was the director and animation producer for Black Clover, using his own connections and desperately needing more help / animators, even tweeting to get some more people in the
Damn.
project on
Sounds like Studio Pierrot just fucked over this guy. This dude just decided, fine, I'll do it myself, and carried Black Clover.
Twitter. The show turned out to be very inconsistent, but with Yoshi on Twitter. The show turned out to be very inconsistent,
That face is crazy. That's some Newgate shit, bro. Oh my god.
but with Yoshihara's efforts and a lot of his friends, also freelancers, to help him do the high priority /
Let's go,
climactic
freelancers!
episodes, it looked really great
Yeah.
with inconsistencies because time and the studio being clowns. They also had help from other studios with a lot of the episodes being outsourced. It's not a surprise about fuck of the episodes were outsourced. Even animation producers from those studios went on to be the main animation producer for multiple episodes because an anime's job is to contact talent and manage the schedule time with the help of some production assistants. To explore on outsourced schedule time with the help of some production
Exactly. I push the creators when there's a deadline. Cracking the whip. Faster, slaves!
assistants. To explore on outsourcing, the anime industry does rely a lot on outsourcing.
What is outsourcing? It's the act of reaching out to, companies, different people that's not in your company, in your local studio, whatever, and asking them for help because locally, domestically, internally, you can't manage it on your own. So you kind of ask for help from others, right?
Especially to Chinese and Korean studios. You know, the K-pop Jungkook people and the main...
What?
Okay. No, Jungkook
What?
people and the main
What is names? Names?
Korean studios. You know, the K-pop Jungkook people and the main. Okay. No, the term
It's a meme song? Maybe I shouldn't play it. Maybe I get banned if I played it.
outsourcing episodes does not mean that if an episode does have other studios helping, that's not it. 95% or more anime productions does have outsourcing or other studios helping. Mostly the key animation, second key animation, or in-betweenings.
Yep.
That's the norm. Yes, there are sometimes different studios in charge on the more important roles. Every high-profile good-looking shows have different studios on these areas because some people that worked on that specific episode was from that studio. Outsourcing episodes come from mainly the production phase. These storyboards are usually done in pre-production, while directing,
Holy
compositing,
so
and such
many
is
parts.
post-production. The production stage is where most of the moving elements comes to play. Like majority of the outsourcing episodes are from the animation stuff, is by different studios doing the bulk of it. The bad examples of this is using it to put out an episode because the studio didn't have time to actually produce all the episodes on time, so
Shield
they
Hero!
just outsource it to different
Yeah.
studios or subcontracted studios.
This is like the bad practice, or like the lazy, unethical, unoptimal, maybe optimal in their different goals of using outsourcing.
A recent example is Uzumaki and
Ooh,
Blue Lock
that punch is crazy, bro.
or subcontracted studios. A recent example is
That punch, the lack of impact on that punch as it collides. He's just sliding, bro. Holy shit, this is bad.
example is Uzumaki and Blue Lock. They looked way worse. They got people walking like Jesus there.
Hell
In Uzumaki.
no.
There's a lot more, like, let's say studios that's not really capable of producing shows, or studios that produce way too much shows, that leans to the idea of this. JC Staff and Enki are a culprit of this. Multiple episodes are outsourced because time. Of course, that's not the only studios, but
Fucking do over Damsel, bro. What a bullshit anime. It's crazy.
a good example of outsourcing is good planning. Good planning is essential for just anime productions. Even when it comes to outsourcing, the idea of this should be early into the production or
Okay.
in the pre-production stage.
Basically, don't use outsourcing at the very end post-production, because at that point you're just trying to finish and meet a deadline. Early planning, think ahead, use outsourcing there, and it should be well maintained.
It shouldn't be a late decision that the studio only realized later in the production that they can't produce all the episodes on time. So
Bro, why does a fucking anime about a bunch of horse girls racing need these kind of effects? I'm not complaining. I'm just genuinely confused. What the hell is this anime really about? They make this shit look like Battle Shonen when it's a track meet of a bunch of horse girls running around. That's insane. I need to watch it.
be a late decision that the studio only realized later in the production that they can't produce all the episodes on time, so they just pushed it over to another studio with barely any time to do. There's a lot of examples, but a good outsourcing is to keep the quality consistent like the other episodes from the main studio, or maybe
binds.
make it look better. Some outsourced free-run episodes still maintain a good consistent quality, and Attack on Titan Final Season Episode 4 was outsourced to Cygame Pictures, and it looked way better compared to some of the Mappa episodes. Or you can just look at this season of anime right now.
Yeah.
Apothecary Diaries Season 2 Episode 6 was outsourced to C-Station, and it was probably the best
Shin
looking episode in Season 2 for now. 100 Girlfriends Season 2 Episode 4 was outsourced to Parts Craft, and it looked great. And Medalist Episode 5
Medalist
was
killing
outsourced to Mighty Max Movies. It still looked amazing. You get the idea. While the
So what does that mean? It means that outsourcing doesn't immediately mean bad. Outsourcing is just a key part of this industry, but you gotta do it early. You gotta during like the pre-production. You gotta like plan ahead and make sure that things are well managed. Because outsourcing post-production, that's usually signs that like things are not well managed. Things are just being rushed. Thank you for the 11 months of Prime, Omar. Appreciate that, man.
era of long-running series is probably over for now. We can't deny that seasonal releases, while it can be bad for impatient dumbasses that can't wait a couple of months, this pattern is definitely better for animes, mainstream animes, although still a lot.
I prefer it this way. Coming from a guy that only consumed long-running battle shonens, because each episode, goddamn, bro, it just feels like sometimes nothing fucking happens, and when something does happen, very limited. Scheduling wise, you know, it's just better. Like budgeting everything from the production side, it sounds like seasonals are kind of like the way to go. For the consumers, it's honestly, isn't that better that you get way more high impact episodes? Like, would you rather get 10 episodes of fucking mid or like one episode that's really fucking good? I feel like a lot of people are too impatient again. They just need to expand their repertoire of anime and kind of consume more, because there's so many different animes that does get released seasonal where you're not gonna ever have shit to not watch.
A lot of production issues at that. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a like. Comment down below what are your thoughts.
And that's pretty much it. Long-running animes are not coming back, and the graph, the trajectory proves it. Where is it? This graph over here. And I think it is better in this direction to do it, bro. Because goddamn, some of those old One Piece episodes, not the really old ones, but like the Dressrosa episodes, are just, holy shit, is it suffocating. And a little bit of knowledge about, you know, outsourcing. Do it pre, don't do it post. Please go check out SinChi's channel. Here's the link to the video. Go give it a like if you want. See you next time.